1 year ago this week, football fans witnessed magic. On April 8, 2025, Declan Rice made history in the Champions League quarter-final against Real Madrid. At 58 and 70 minutes, Rice struck not one, but two direct free kicks, plus a Mikel Merino finish for a 3-0 victory. It was the first time in the UCL knockout history that a player scored two direct free kicks in the same match. That night carried Arsenal to a 5-1 aggregate win and a place in the semi-finals. Fans are still celebrating, and clips of that iconic moment have resurfaced this week. Fast forward to Tuesday, Rice was back in action, anchoring Arsenal's midfield with 13 possessions won in the 1-0 win at Sporting CP. But the jokes are flying too. His free kick drought since that historic night has not gone unnoticed. From comparisons to Beckham, Juninho and Pirlo to one unforgettable evening etched in Arsenal lore, Declan Rice's double free kick stunner is a moment fans will never forget. And neither will he, I guess.
Obviously, Nico, he wanted me to cross it. And I was like, to Saka, it's 0-0 in a quarter-final. I've got to take this on. Looked at Courtois, I thought, if I don't shoot here, what's the point? Even if it goes over the bar, so what, we keep going. And just the whole motion, the breakdown, the technique, I couldn't have hit it any better. And the way it just flew into the top corner, I can't explain it because I didn't know it was going to happen, but I had that feeling that something good was going to happen.
This week, Arsenal Football Club stands in solidarity with the people of Rwanda as the nation and the world mark the 32nd commemoration of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi. It's known as Kwibuka 32. Kwibuka means to remember. Between April 7th and mid-July 1994, over 1 million Tutsi and thousands of moderate Hutu who opposed the killings were murdered in just 100 days. It was a meticulously planned genocide carried out by extremist forces across the country. Homes, churches and schools became sites of unimaginable horror. Yet from that darkness, Rwanda has shown the world what resilience, reconciliation, and renewal truly look like. This year's theme, Remember, Unite, Renew, calls on all of us to honor the victims, stand with the survivors, and commit to preventing such atrocities ever again. Arsenal, proud partner of Visit Rwanda, has once again joined the commemoration. Players and legends have previously walked the grounds of the Kigali Genocidal Memorial, listened to survivor stories, and carried those lessons back to the dressing room and beyond. The club's message to Rwanda has been and still is, we stand with you to remember the genocide against the Tutsi. We are one family. Through football and partnership, Arsenal uses its global platform to amplify Rwanda's story of hope, a story of a nation that has rebuilt, educated its youth, and chosen unity over division. As the 100 days of Kwibuka begin, Arsenal joins millions around the world in lighting a candle of remembrance. To the survivors, the families, and the people of Rwanda, your strength inspires us. To everyone listening, remembrance is not just about the past, it's a promise for the future. Never again. This week we say goodbye to one of Arsenal's most cherished sons of the Emirates era. Aaron Ramsey, the Welsh wizard from Caerphilly, has announced his retirement from professional football at the age of 35. From the moment he burst onto the scene as a teenager in 2008, Ramsey embodied everything Arsenal fans love: technical brilliance, tireless energy, and that unmistakable knack for arriving in the box at the perfect moment. He overcame a devastating leg injury that could have ended careers and came back stronger, becoming a dynamic midfielder who could dictate play, unlock defenses, and score goals that mattered most. 369 appearances in the red and white, 64 goals, 3 FA Cups, and those iconic moments that will live forever in Gunner folklore. The extra time winner against Hull in 2014 that finally ended the long wait for silverware, and the strike that sealed the victory over Chelsea in 2017. Ramsey wasn't just a player, he was a fighter, a leader, and for a time, the heartbeat of Arsenal's midfield. Whether it was his surgeon runs, his vision, or his big game temperament, he delivered when it counted in an era that tested the club's resilience. Of course, his journey took him to Juventus, Rangers, Nice, Cardiff, and a brief spell in Mexico. But it was at Arsenal where he became a legend. And for Wales, his country, he wore the armband with pride through unforgettable campaigns. Aaron, thank you for the memories, the magic, and the moments that made Emirates Stadium roar. From the fans who sang your name to the teammates who battled alongside you, dear Chinfair, enjoy the next chapter.
Well, my name is Usazua Mike Joseph. For me, if Arsenal win the EP, if Arsenal win the Champions League too, I think after the game, I just have to sit, relax, and go through the whole Lord's season without an EP trophy, not even a championship trophy, and the mockery, how one or two persons have mocked me and tell me a whole lot of crazy things about my club, how we're not doing well. I love the fact that we are consistent. These are things I'm using, probably waving and arguing in their mockery over how we have not been doing well, stuff like that. So for me, if Arsenal wins, which eventually I'm hoping for, I think I'm definitely going to be one happiest man, because I'm going to use that medium and expression to tell one.
Gunners, this is it. This could be our year. Arsenal Football Club Premier League champions. Just imagine it. Now here's the question. What will you do when we lift that trophy? Will you run through the streets, call your dad who supported the club for 50 years, finally get that tattoo you've been planning, dance in your living room until the neighbors complain? We want to hear your voice, your celebration, your moment. Here's how it works. Head to speakpipe.com/Upgunners podcast, hit that red button and tell us when Arsenal wins the Premier League. I am going to fill in the blanks. Maybe you've got a promise. Maybe you've got a plan. Maybe you're just going to lose your mind. And we want to capture every second of it. Keep it under 2 minutes, make it passionate, make it real, make it loud. The best reactions will be featured on the podcast, and trust me, when we are celebrating that title, we want your voice to be part of history. So don't wait, don't hold back. Speakpipe.com/Upgunners podcast. Tell us what you do when the Gunners are champions, because it's not if anymore, Gunners. It is when. Mikel Arteta got several key men back for that 1-0 win over Sporting. Big Gabby started and played the full 90, marking his 250th appearance for the club despite nursing a knee issue. Declan Rice also returned to the starting 11 after missing the Southampton Cup defeat, while David Raya was back between the sticks. The big boost, those players came through unscathed. Rice, Gabriel, Leandro Trossard, Martin Zubimendi, and Noni Madueke all featured in Portugal and should be available for selection. The question mark remains over Bukayo Saka and Jurrien Timber. Both missed the midweek trip to Lisbon and will be assessed right up until kickoff. Saka's situation is particularly intriguing. He withdrew from England duty for workload management but hasn't featured since the Southampton game. If fit, expect him on the bench at minimum. Martin Odegaard came off during the Sporting match after going down off the ball, though early indications suggest it's nothing serious. Eberechi remains sidelined but could return by month's end, while Mikel Merino and Piero Hincapié are longer-term absentees. Arsenal have won their last 4 Premier League matches and are unbeaten in 7 straight home games across all competitions. They've scored at least twice in 6 of those 7 Emirates victories. Tomorrow's opponents, Bournemouth, arrive on an 11-match unbeaten run in the league, the longest in their Premier League history. The Cherries have drawn their last 5, earning a reputation as the division's stalemate specialists. Arsenal are, of course, heavy favourites to make it 5 league wins on the bounce and move 12 points clear at the top. Between Champions League commitments, this is a match where rotation might be expected, but Arteta won't risk dropping points. Kickoff is 12:30 at the Emirates.
Upgunners!